welcome back to the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. It's about to be lit in this city this weekend because of Pride. Venture into drag, not just drag queens, there are also drag kings. We see you, Grace, and we will see many of them this weekend as part of Pride Weekend. Today, we highlight two performers, Chastity St. Cage and Willie Dandy. They allowed me to slide into their dressing rooms in a Christian sort of way before they transform. Check them out. Chastity and Willie are here for The Factor Uncensored. So, Willie, you are preparing to make that big transformation.
Absolutely.
So, who will you become?
Willie Hot Dandy.
So how long did it take you to think of that name?
So it took me a little bit, actually, but so what really inspired me was my love of country music, and I have a lot of hair. Okay, so I do Willie braids, and that's where my first name came from. And drag names are usually kind of punny, so Willie Hot, he's really hot.
There you go, there you go. Now, you consider yourself a drag king. What does that mean?
That means that I am an AFAB person, which means assigned female at birth, dressing as a man. An exaggeration of a man, if you will. And you don't necessarily have to be AFAB to be a drag king, but in my case, that's what we do.
All right, we got Chastity here. Yeah. So, Chastity, you are a drag queen, and we know what that is.
Yes, absolutely. RuPaul has been on y'all's television sets for 10 years now. You should know exactly what's going on. But yes, my full name is Chastity St. Cage, and I'm the Rhinestone Cowgirl of Houston, Texas. So I do country music just like Willie does, and we are the country pair here in good old Houston, Texas.
Absolutely. Now, what made you decide to start doing or performing as a drag queen? Now, for those who are not quite familiar with the terminology, it's more of a entertainment end, not so much a lifestyle, right?
Precisely. So drag is what someone does. Trans, which often gets confused with drag, is who someone is.
Right.
So in my case, I identify as a man in my day-to-day life, but I perform on stage like an actor in a character I personally have created called Chastity St. Cage.
Nope.
So I am, but on the opposite end of Willie, an exaggeration of femininity. I'm bringing it to its highest level. I'm a caricature of it all to go ahead and show, frankly, how stupid gender norms are, first and foremost. And second, just to go ahead and be myself on stage, because drag does much more about revealing than it does concealing of anyone else.
Okay, and then you have to kind of put it on. And we got some stuff over here. Does it take a lot of work for you, Chastity, to become Chastity? St. Clair.
St. Cage.
St. Cage.
Yes, absolutely. As Dolly Parton said, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. So, what we have right over here, this is what a lot of drag queens use in order to go ahead and contort the male-like body into a female-like body. This, when it goes ahead and fills what we call the boy pocket over here, which is the little dip men have in their hip right over here. This makes it more rounder, more feminine presenting, and of course, we can probably tell what this is. Right here, it's not half a grapefruit, it's a fake boob, is what it is. So
I thought that was a damn pillow.
I mean, it's the same material, for to be honest. The green stuff from Joann's is what it is. So pretty much the same stuff you get in your couches, essentially.
All right, and for you, Willie, what does it take? You have a whole tackle box.
It's a literal tackle box. Check it out. She folds up. Bam, bam,
Did you call the tackle box she?
Yes, I did. We tend to personify a lot of things in the drag community, so like a lot of things are she. Okay, so like even my suit, she's gorgeous. So my most important thing in this kit is my little sponge right here. This is what I used to put on my beard with. So it's just a little makeup sponge, and I go and put my beard on.
And from the audience perspective, it looks all real.
It looks all real, yes. There's dimension in everything, and she's gorgeous, so.
And so do you enjoy this? What keeps you coming back night after night?
It's the chosen family that I found and the drag community. That's what keeps me coming back. It's the people and the community that are there and that are part of everything.
And how much time does it take you, Willie, to get ready?
Okay, so I have a little thing called anxiety, so I get ready really fast. It takes me like 30 to 45 minutes to put on my makeup, and then another maybe 10 minutes to put a pair of tube socks in my pants and throw on a suit.
See, I just saw Chastity get jealous. Like, what? What? Yes. How long does it take you?
Minimum an hour and a half. Minimum. Absolute bare minimum, and that's me walking out of the house looking like a drowned rat in the Houston heat. So, if you want a little bit more of a polished product at the end, you got to give me a couple of hours. So, yes, I'm very jealous of this one over here.
And when you get on that stage and you become Chastity, what does that feel like for you?
It's the biggest rush in the world. I always say it's drugs without doing drugs. It is the biggest rush of my life. I was a theater kid in high school. I've always loved performing, and drag gave me the proper outlet to do that, while still, as Willie was saying, finding chosen family within drag community and protecting one another and keeping in a insular sort of queer art form that's by queer people, for queer people, and for everybody.
All right. John, what's your name? I don't know anybody's name. Let's get out of here. We got to let them get ready. Come on, John.
Bye.
Get the camera before they charge you with a crime. Now it's time for the big reveal of how their drag looks for tonight. And since it's a party, we're also bringing in another drag king, Juicy Flesh. I'm going to move out of the way. Come on out, Drag Squad. The crew is here tonight. Give us that pose, that Vogue pose. And welcome to the Factor Uncensored. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. This is quite a difference when I saw you two earlier.
Absolutely.
And Juicy Flesh, you're new to the squad. We didn't see you earlier.
Yeah.
So, first of all, you guys look great.
You? Thank you so much.
And you told me about the facial hair. And it looks real from this point of view.
Thank you very much.
So you have been doing this, you guys have been doing this quite some time. And what keeps you going, each of you? Juicy Flesh, let's begin with you.
Family.
Wait, where the hell did you get the name Juicy Flesh? Wait. No, okay. This is gone. What keeps you coming back? What keeps you doing this?
The family, the community, everything. It's just a great sense of pride. And just to be with your chosen family every single week, on and off, whether you have something wrong, whether you're having a great day, it's just uplifting.
And Willie, of course, you got an incredible weekend. It's Pride Weekend here in the city of Houston.
Right.
This is your element, your time to shine, right?
My time to shine.
What do we expect from you, and where are you performing this weekend, or where are you going this weekend?
Going this weekend. So I am volunteering at the Pride Run tomorrow morning. So I am in school to be a chiropractor. Some of my fellow students and I are going out to help out the athletes there. So we're helping out with the Pride Run, and then I will probably be at the parade, and then on Montrose. And then next week on Thursday, I will be at Pearl Bar, Sidebar, and it's right next to Pearl Bar, doing the Heaven on Earth show. So that should be great.
All right, and Chastity, what does Pride Weekend mean for you?
Pride Weekend means to me simply just freedom and being able to express our queer identities and however we like. I am the youngest out of this group. I'm 23, and I've only been out for about nearly 5 years now, and this will only be the second Pride I've ever attended because of COVID. So this is also the first big city Pride I've gone to and will actively be performing for. So it's amazing for me that we have the opportunity as Houstonians to go ahead and show our talents, our visibility, and show people that we are here, we are queer, and damn it, we are not going anywhere.
There you go. And really quick though, and you make an important point. You said you've been out for 3 years, but everyone who performs drag isn't necessarily gay or lesbian, or
no, not necessarily.
It may be just a job for them.
Precisely, not necessarily. It is an art form that comes from queer culture, which I think is very important to acknowledge. But drag is for everybody, regardless of what gender you were born as, regardless of how you identify now. Drag is for literally everyone on the planet. Please take me. I grew up in the smallest town in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and now I am this, standing on one of the biggest stages in Houston with you, and just being so honored to be here and showing my art along with these two wonderful people.
And guys, for whoever may want to answer this, so have you shown your family who you can transform into, and what are they saying if you have?
So I'll take this one. My family, they're all huge supporters of the drag community. My parents often come to the drag shows that I'm in, and sometimes my mom goes with her friends. And my mom
Does she come with
loves
that
drag.
little purse? Here's my baby. Here's my baby Winnie.
Oh no, Mama comes to slay. The hot mama comes to slay.
Okay.
Always. She was wearing a sparkly crop top the other night. She looked so good.
Anyone else can answer that question, or?
I mean, I've had at least a little part of my family come to Pearl Bar, our home bar, and just show support for any and all of my friends. And it has been absolutely wonderful since I announced to them that I started drag.
And Chastity, for those who are thinking about the weekend, what would you tell them to get them out, even if they may not be a part of the LGBTQ plus community?
Well, Pride is for everybody. Yes, it's about celebrating queer identities, but at the same time, it's also about celebrating our allies who have gotten us here. So if you are out and about anywhere in Houston from 7 to 11, that's the Pride Parade going on. I personally will be co-hosting a brunch for everybody celebrating the 90s Montrose brunch hotspot La Strada over at Trash Panda Drinking Club starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll be co-hosting that with Hugh Stone, and we will be having Pride festivities all that day. Of course, the parade's happening that night, and then you'll see me out and about in Montrose with my little fan.
I bet you'll have that fan.
I definitely will.
It's going to be hot.
Indeed it will.